high limit business credit accounts, what they mean, what they can do for the future for your business credit in this video. Let's go, baby. All right. Welcome to Cakeology. If you guys are interested in videos about money, business, success, credit, you're in the right place. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. 2 to 3 videos every week. So I get asked a lot, well, what is it that makes business credit so important? And what are the factors, the main factors around building business credit? The good stuff, the real good stuff. Well, a couple of things, okay? Number one, when we talk about, well, why is business credit so important? It is very important for every entrepreneur to understand business credit, to understand what data is available on their business, to be able to interpret that data, to be able to use that data to get funding, to grow their business, to acquire businesses, to gain assets. In addition, business credit, remember, it is separate from your personal credit. So if you're doing things on the personal side and that debt to income ratio is important to you, then it might be important for you to separate the personal from the business, right? Now, when it comes to, well, what is the best practices when it comes to building business credit? Meaning, what kind of accounts? What matters? What attributes of those accounts matter? Well, 2 major things matter, okay? One is how high are those limits? And number 2, how long have those accounts been reporting? So when we talk about higher limits on your business credit report, that comes in handy in 2 different ways, okay? So number 1, the higher limits that you have reporting to your business credit report, the higher limits you're gonna get in the future. When it comes to business credit, vendors, banks, institutions, they're a lot freer, so to speak, to lend to a business. And they give you higher limits. Why? Is because a business needs them, right? So when you have an institution or you have a vendor looking at giving your business credit as compared to an individual, well, they know the individual, they're buying for themselves, right? So that individual doesn't need, in the eyes of the bank or the institution, need that much credit or need that much of a limit. Whereas a business, well, now you're doing business. So you need those higher limits. You need that higher credit in order for your business to function. So it's a 2-step thing, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The higher limits that you have reporting already to your business credit report, the higher normally your limits are going to be moving forward as you go down the different layers and different tiers of vendors. Now, if you're looking for the hottest reporting Net 30 vendor accounts, they're in the link in the description below. If you have a new business, medium business, large business, small business, whatever, and you need a good Net 30 vendor account that's going to report every month, make sure you guys check those out in the link in the description below, okay? So when you have higher limits already, that's going to get you higher limits. So the next question is, well, about how do you get those higher limits in the beginning? Well, there's a couple of ways to do it. Number 1, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what they say on YouTube or whatever, but you have to have good personal credit to go along with that business credit too. Not in the beginning, but when we're talking about getting those 6-7 figures, you do, okay? If you're watching this channel, it's all cake, no candles, all right? I don't have time to play with that little money, all right? We're playing with the real, and this is all about the real, okay? I don't know anything else, sorry. So when we're talking about, well, how do you get those limits in the very beginning? Well, there's a couple of different strategies that you can use. Some vendors have the ability for you to maybe upgrade their memberships or buy more products. The more products that you buy from certain vendors, the higher your limit is going to go. And the more consistent that you are with doing business with vendors, then that also plays in your favor, where you can ask them, well, I'm purchasing whatever it is, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 worth of products or services from your company. Could you raise my limit? I'm a business. I have the need for such and such equipment. Okay. I have a need for such and such service. Could you raise my limit? It doesn't hurt to ask, right? If you don't ask, you don't know. So that's one way. A second way is if you have good personal credit, and if you have good personal credit and good business credit, well, that's that credit fusion theory, baby. Book coming out soon. So that when that credit fusion happens, it's a reaction. Okay? Where you put your good personal credit as a personal guarantee on your good business credit, right then and there, your limits are going to be higher. They're going to tend higher, right? Now, the second half of this whole thing is like, you've got high limits. You've been consistent in placing orders with vendors. You've been purchasing a little bit. Listen, in this game, in the beginning, it costs to be the boss, ladies and gentlemen. But whatever you spend, trust me, it's going to be an investment. Not financial advice, but from my experience. Okay, and from my experience, from what I help people with, from what I coach people with. If you want a free 15-minute consultation, it's also in the link in the description below. Let's talk. So when you have those higher limits, you've worked your way up, you've contacted vendors, you've made purchases, maybe you've upgraded your membership with some of these vendors, and you have higher limits reporting. When you go to apply for your new account, they're going to see that. They're going to see that. Right? So if you have a limit of, for example, 5,000 reporting as compared to 20,000, well, the next vendor that comes along to look at that report to give you an approval is going to see, well, okay, they've only got a high limit of 5,000. Well, all right, well, let's give them 6 or 7 or 5. Okay? That's probably all they can handle. But if they see, well, okay, well, this vendor, this customer has a limit of 20 or 30 or 40,000 worth of trade lines already on the business credit report. Well, maybe we feel this is what the lender's thinking. We feel that, okay, they're able to handle these higher limits. They're making purchases. They're paying on time. They have good history. So they feel more comfortable in lending those higher limits as well. Investment, ladies and gentlemen. Business credit is an investment in your business. Okay, it may not give you that instant overnight sensation, but nothing in life is. Okay, nothing in life that's worthwhile is going to give you that overnight sensation. Okay, remember, we undefeated, baby, by all means. So when you have these higher limits, you're going to get higher limits. All right, you're a business. A business is traditionally going to get higher limits than a personal. Why? Because a business needs to utilize that more than a person would. Okay? So very, very important factors when it comes to limits and understanding how higher limits that are reporting to your business credit report can be of value to you and to your business in the future. When you're applying for lines of credit, when you're applying for equipment loans, when you're applying for acquisition loans, when you're applying to the SBA, when you're applying for credit cards in the business name. If you have a good history instead of a thin file, ain't nothing thin around here, baby, okay? Ain't nothing thin, ain't nothing short, okay? Everything thick and long, all right? So that's how we want that report to be. We want that report to not be so thin. We want to have good vendors and trade lines on there with higher limits that you've been paying consistently, that you've been doing business with consistently. So when you go and you apply for the next account, you apply to the next bank, they're not the first one to the party. No one wants to be the first to the party. Have you ever been first to any party? It sucks. You just sit there looking around and stuff. There's nobody there. You know? Don't be too early. I come in, club closes at 2 o'clock. I'm gonna come in around 12:30. You know? Buy all the bottles and get all the cuties, and I'm gone. Okay? I don't have time to waste. So, all jokes aside, listen, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope this video helped about higher limits and how they affect not only your business credit right now, but how they affect you getting more loans, lines of credit, and credit cards in the future. For more videos like this, make sure you guys do subscribe. 2 to 3 videos every week on MBC, baby, money, business, and credit. Until next time, B.O.B., baby. Peace and love.